everybody. I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we're checking out Books of Time.
By Board and Dice.
Yes.
So, Books of Time plays 1 to 4 players, and the box playtime is 45 to 60 minutes. Might be a little low, but we'll see. I guess once you get...
once you know all the stuff and what you think you want to do. But there's a lot of time where you have to try and figure out and puzzle out what's best for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, beautiful game, as most of Board and Dice games are. And there's a solo, like most Board and Dice games. So if you like solo games, this could be good.
And it's got the presentation is really good in that all of these cards are actually pages of books, complete with little holes that you will use to put inside little binders. You know, like when you're in school and you get the little ring binders.
Yeah.
You actually put them in the ring binders. And so I think that's sort of a cool little...
I mean, it's a gimmick, but it's fun.
It's a gimmick, but it's fun. You are correct.
Yeah.
It's better than just saying, oh, hey, I've got a deck of cards and I'm going to turn a card over.
Yeah.
Like a book.
You could easily mess that up.
You could, yeah.
You can't mess this up.
No, because you've got a title page and an end page. I mean, these are real thick cardboard, right? So each of these are, super thick. There are pages inside that are bound by these super thick cardboard pieces.
Yeah.
That it's going to be impossible.
We just leave it set up with the starting 2 pages and the binder in the box because that's just easier.
It's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So the first thing you will need to do is you will need to assemble your Chronicle lectern, which you see right here. It holds your Chronicle, which is basically an event deck, which is going to happen at the end of every turn. And you will need to make sure that the right pages are inside your trade, science, and industry books. Now, let me tell you, I gotta say, I've always thought of science as green. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, it is a little...
The colors seem like they are not quite right.
But maybe in Poland, the colors are different.
I guess so.
We'll just say that's the way.
Maybe so. In any case, what these books are called is not very relevant because you don't really need to know that this is the trade book and this is the science book and this is the industry book and this is the science book because basically you're going to put matching colored pages into matching colored books. And then you are going to activate those books as you go. Hello, Aldi.
Hello. Thanks for that subscription. That's amazing.
Thanks, Aldi. You are
30
awesome.
months, just like Dr. Sign.
Yeah.
We are showing off
Books of Time.
Books of Time. Let's take a look at this. Yeah.
Yep, it's fantastic looking.
It's very, very pretty. Let's see.
So I noticed you don't have red colors. You have orange there. What is this orange?
There's no red player.
There's no red player?
Well, it showed up better than the purple one. So
yeah.
I just went up with the orange.
That's probably a better choice.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, you are going to be taking these pages from the display, placing them out here, and then paying resources in order to put these into your books, which will give you more resources, which will let you go up on these tracks and gain more points. For those who care about the theme of this, I'm not quite sure exactly what the theme is other than you are assembling each of these works of, these great works of trade and science and literature. And as you move through these pages, you're going to be activating all of these actions that are at the bottoms of the page. And depending on what you are doing, you're going to take some actions, but not other actions. But I'll go over those in just a moment. Anyway, each of these pages has a color and a symbol. Notice this is a yellow page, so it will go in that trade book. And it has a camel at the very top. Each of the different books has different sets of symbols that vaguely relate to trade or industry or science.
Yeah.
For example, I will put this on here. This is one of my objective tiles. You'll see that I'm trying to put several of these types of tiles in order. I'm trying to get a camel and a boat, and let's see, what is this even here? Two wagons and another camel. I want to make sure I can get that into my yellow book in that order.
Particularly in that order.
And it's not easy to do, let me tell you.
No, the yellow one that is the only color that actually needs an order to the pages.
Right. But we'll go over that when we get to the objectives.
There's objectives, yeah.
So you'll also notice, in addition to the color and the symbol, there are a lot of things underneath that has the page ability. The front and back of each page are going to come with different abilities. The page back ability is basically a less potent ability, a less potent version of the ability on the front. So you've got this on the front of the page and this, a less potent version of it, on the back of the page. So a little bit harder to get, a little bit fewer points than what is on the front. You've also got an instant benefit, which is printed only on the front of the page, and that is a reward for adding a page to your book and also is used whenever closing your book. And that's everything in this next to this arrow, this little down arrow here. Anything in this box is considered an instant benefit. So put this back up here in the supply.
Yep.
So there's also you might also see some solo abilities in the Chronicle. Down here at the bottom, we are not going to mess with any of these on the bottom edge of the page. So everybody has a player board where you can keep 5 pages above it, and you will have to place pages here before you can then write them into your books. You'll keep all of your books open to a specific page. You must keep your book open to whatever page it's on, unless whatever action you're taking lets you move the page back or forward, which, like I say, for those yellow objectives, makes it really difficult because you can't just turn these pages willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Whenever you draw or receive a new page, you have to put it to the leftmost side of your player board. So this spot is going to fill up first. It is probably more difficult to come up with 3 pens than it is to come up with 2 papers.
Yeah, but everything slides down. So
everything will eventually slide down.
Yeah,
but you can't force it down.
Right.
Unless adding new ones in.
Right.
So there's a little bit of push and pull with that. So... and I think that is one of the good interactions in this game. So, whenever adding a page, you shift everything down and you put the new page to the left. Every time push down, put it to the left. If for some reason you have opened up a hole right here, you don't put the new page here. You shift everything down as much as you can and put the new one to the left. The other ones do not move down. If there was a hole here and another card here, let's say that these cards were in this position and I got this page, I would shift these down. This does not shift because there was a hole for it. And then I'll put the new page right here. You can make that look all pretty. So, like I say, your pages will not move automatically between sections. If you do not get new pages, these are not going to time out on their own. If you've put them up here, they are going to stay up there and not move. Anytime you're required to turn a page, obviously you're going to turn a page just like you are turning a page in a book, taking the right page and the right hand page and moving it over to the left as if you were reading. So
I just look at pictures.
So There are also 3 stacks of objective tiles. The rules are not super clear on how to set these up, but we finally figured it out. Make sure that your objective tiles all have the same symbol on the back. Those are linked. You do not have to have tiles with the same symbol on the back of these, I don't think,
Nope.
Steph. So as long as these 3 tiles all have the same symbol. You will need a red set, a blue, green set, and a yellow set. And I will explain these here. I already explained the yellow objective a little bit, and that is getting certain things in order. At the end of the game, you're going to get some number of victory points. If I can get these 3 symbols in order, I am going to get 11 points. Unless I take this off, and then I'm going for the harder objective. And if I do get it, I'm going to get 17 points. Unless I go for the even harder objective of 5 pages in a row, and then I'm going to get 24. So there's a mechanism for taking these objective tiles off, and you're going to get a little bit of a bonus for taking this objective tile off, and I will go over that momentarily when I go over the actual mechanics. So, the green objective tiles, you are trying to get 3 symbols that are not the same. I know that sort of looks a little muted on our green screen here, but these are really brightly colored green tiles. You're trying to get 3 symbols that are not the same anywhere in your green book. This wants to have 4 symbols that are not the same. And the final one is 4 symbols that are not the same. Plus, in addition to those, you want to have one of another icon, which in this case is a gear.
Mine is hearts.
Looks like I have a couple of gears out already.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I want to go ahead and stock up on those.
Yeah, this is a game where you kind of have to take what you're given when you get it.
Yeah, use your objectives to help guide you on your page purchasing decision.
Like, I might want to do yellow, but there are no yellow cards visible, so maybe I should shoot for green and put a stop to you.
Exactly.
Just a matter of what's available.
Yeah, and all of the greens are somewhat similar. All of the yellows somewhat similar. All of the reds somewhat similar. They are different in the symbols that they're looking for, but the things they're looking for, an order or different things, those are all pretty much the same.
Yep.
This one wants to have 2 of the little virus critters plus 2 of any other thing, either planets or medicine or looks like a book there. You want to have 2 things that are the same. So 2 viruses, 2 others. Or if you go with the harder ones, 3 viruses and 2 others, or 4 viruses and 2 others. So you just sort of have to decide, how much of this can I do?
Right.
Can I go all the way to the bottom of the green or to the bottom of the red stack?
Right.
So,
cool.
Whenever you advance your objectives, you're going to remove the top one of the given stack. But once you have removed that objective, then you cannot go back and replace that at any time. You are basically stuck with your choice of going after the harder level of the objective.
Right. Cool.
So, there are 3 tracks on the civilization board. As you might guess, they match the 3 colors of the books that we're dealing with. Matter of fact, I'm going to swap my books around so that they match the order here. So you've got your 3 different tracks. You've got your trade track and your industry track and your science track. And whenever you advance on the track, you are going to have a choice of gaining whatever it says on that track spot or advancing your objective. So that's the question you have to ask yourself. Do I want the points for this, or do I want to advance that red objective? So
I want it all.
No, I know you want that. So there are not many resources in this game. You've got pens, little pen quills. You've got paper, and you've got those in 1s and 5 denominations. And you've got files. Files are wild. They can be either a paper or a pen. Some things have to be paid for with a file, and in that case, you have to have a file. So you'll notice the back of the file shows exactly what it could be, a pen or a paper. You'll notice that some of these tracks will have 4 points times the number of files you have to a maximum of 16. That doesn't mean you have to spend those files. You just have to have them in your possession at the time. And let me tell you, files can be difficult to get.
Yep.
And difficult to not spend, even. So,
yeah.
Anytime a page leaves the offer section, you're going to immediately refill that section so that there's always 4 pages in the offer plus the top card of the offer deck. Doesn't look like it's part of the available offer, but it actually is. Whenever the deck is empty, you can shuffle everything together that has been discarded. So, everyone starts with 10 victory points. That makes it so that you can actually drop down a little bit before going back up. You can never choose an ability that would let you go below 0 victory points. All right, so how does the game actually get played now that you're familiar with the layout of everything? The actions that you can do are laid out really well on your little player aids. So, one of the things you can do is to activate pages, which means activate 2 pages of a chosen book. Then turn the page. So,
that's one way to get the pages turned.
And then you're going to need to know how to get these pages turned. So let's look at this. With any of this, you can activate these pages in either order, but you have to finish everything on one page before you start the other one. So you can get a pen and a piece of paper and a victory point, and then let's see what this is. You can get rid of a page that you have in your player area, and you can get 2 papers and 1 victory point. And you notice the 2 on there. The 2 is whenever you place this into your book or you're closing the book, so you do not get the 2 points right now. Then you will turn the page. Oh, look, it's a less strong version of what we just saw, and then the next pages thing. So whenever you're setting these pages up for the first time, page 1 goes here and page 2 goes here. And those are your 2 starting pages. You only have 2 starting pages in each book.
Shano!
Shano.
Thank you for that subscription. 21 pounds.
I saw you dancing over here, Steph.
I know, I had to.
I was like, what are you dancing for?
For Shano. Whoop, whoop.
So, obviously, if you can't pay the resources that it requires you to pay, then you have to skip that page ability in its entirety. So you have to be able to do all of it. Whoa, check out that gift sub from Shano.
Gift sub. Thank you, Shano.
Ooh. Some page abilities might let you add a page into one of your books. In this case, you have to add a page into a different book than the one you have activated. So if I'm messing with the green book and it says to add a page, I have to choose one of my other 2 books. And where does it go? It doesn't go to the end of the book like you might expect. It goes right where you are.
Right in place. So if
if
you're planning on using that page, well, you're covering it up. So.
And that is part of the push and pull that I really enjoy about this puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So
it's cool.
The second thing you could do, like I say, there are 6. I should have mentioned there are 6 available actions on your turn. You are going to do 1 action, and then the other player is going to do 1 action back and forth. Activate pages is the first of 6 actions. Write pages is the second of 6 actions. You're going to pay the cost to write a page in the book. Let's say that this is here. I have to pay 3 pins. I place this in the book, and what do I get? Do you remember? I'm going to get this instant ability right here.
Yeah.
So, and that means I'm going to
Yeah, whenever you put a page in, you get the instant ability.
Yes.
Which
Now,
is great.
I cannot use this pin to pay for these 3 pins.
No, but you could, if you're placing 2 pages, pay for the next one with that pin.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Write pages, you can write 1 or more pages from up here. So, I might use this pin to pay for this page to be written by paying the pen I just got and this paper, which might give me something that lets me get something else.
I was able to do 6 pages because I ended up getting a page.
Oh, yeah, because
when I
you
did
see this instant ability of gain a page.
So those instant abilities really help trigger more pages.
Iconography does take a little bit to get used to, but there is a player guide for that as well. It is on the back of your normal player aid.
Actions, yeah. It's good.
So, hey, we just get to keep, since there's only 2 of us, we just keep both of them up. So anyway, you can do this as many times as you can afford. So obviously you want to try to be as efficient as possible. This is one of those efficiency engine games.
Yeah.
You want to make sure to get as much done as possible. The third thing you can do is to close a book. You can close a book and gain all of the immediate benefits at the bottom of the pages to the left of your current page. Then open it again at its first page. So basically, let's say I was this deep into my green book and I wanted to close the book. They say put a bookmark in and close the book and then turn it back open. It's super simple. You don't even need this bookmark. What you do is you just start walking your way backwards. I get plus a page. I get 2 points. Oh, wait, that's the start of my book. Boom, I'm on the first page.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yep.
So I think that the way that they describe it is a little bit more difficult than it actually has to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to close the book. You just walk it backwards.
Yeah.
I like to call it reopening the book, but they had to make it, I guess, thematic.
Sure.
So the fourth action you can do is to draw. Take exactly 2 pages from the offer. Optionally, you can pay 2 of your victory points to refresh the offer before you take the action. The fifth action you can do is to advance on the civilization board. You can gain the benefit or advance the corresponding objective that I mentioned over there. And you can do this multiple times. Now, how do you do this? Well, you'll have to pay the costs over on the right-hand side. So let's say I wanted to go up on the green track. I'm going to have to pay a pen and a paper, and I move up. That gives me 2 pages. And let's say I wanted to go up another step on that. I need to pay 2 pens and a paper. And that lets me go up on any track for free. Maybe I'll go up on this track for free.
No,
and
you do the green one because there's more stuff.
Well, I wanted to illustrate you can do whatever you want. However, Steph's right. It does make more sense to do this one because that gives you it's more economic to move this one forward, or even better, let this go all the way up here or up here before going, that activates that.
Yep.
Because these are really hard to pay.
Yep.
Also, keep in mind, let's say I decide to pay a pen and a piece of paper. I go up. Instead of getting those 2 pages, I can go ahead and clear that objective. That is going to let me do the thing that is on the back of this. And that will, what is that? That's going to get me a pen or a piece of paper, or it will let me refresh the pages, then take a page and put it on my player offer.
And I think all level 1s are the same.
All of them are indeed the same. This green is the same as this yellow. It's probably easier to see on the yellow. and is the same on the red. Now, those are all the level 1 objectives. When you get to level 2, it is get a file or
take a page.
It's take a page with an X. Oh, take a page from the discard pile. Is that what that is?
Oh, yeah, I think that's what it is.
Take a page that has been discarded. Yeah, take one page from the discard. That is indeed what it is. The third one, guess what it has on the back? Nothing, because you cannot upgrade your third.
That's a trick question.
That was a total. You were not tricked by it though.
No.
You were totally not tricked.
Nope.
So. All right. That was the fifth thing to do. Activate pages, write pages, close a book, draw from the offer, advance on the Civ board, and finally, turn pages. You might say, turn pages, didn't we just do turn pages? No, we activated pages. Turn pages is selecting any one or more of your books and then turn the page in any of them, gaining the immediate benefit. So I turn this, I turn this, I turn this, and I will get a pen and a page and another pen. Yay!
Oh, of the next page, you get the immediate bonuses.
Yes, you'll gain whatever immediate benefits come up. So, well, here's the thing. It says after turning pages, gain the immediate benefit on the current page of each of your books. Let's say I like this paper and I like this paper, but I don't necessarily need 2 victory points. I could turn just this and I'll get a paper, and a book.
Right.
So I'm going to gain all of the instants, even on the pages I did not turn.
Okay.
So that is important to understand. Now, I am the first player, so I'm going to take my turn first. After I take my turn, Steph will take her turn. However, keep in mind, if you are the last player after you finish your turn, you are going to turn the page of the Chronicle. This is going to reveal a set of events. What are these for? Before or after taking your action, not in the middle of your action. Like I can't activate half of my pages, then take my Chronicle action. Can't do that.
Yep.
Before or after I do my action, I can choose one of the 2 events in the Chronicle and resolve it. Or I can just pass on using the abilities. Notice there is a little bookmark with a 3 and a timer that says 3 time left. That means there are 3 turns left. Steph set this up, but she said she set it up where the last 3 events are right here on the in back of this bookmark. This just lets you know how much time is left.
There's 3 pages behind it, but it doesn't include the last page. That's the cardboard. So I don't really know if I set it up right, but I think I did. It's fine.
Let's find out.
Page 8.
Page. Shuffle the Chronicle pages and remove 8 of them. Add all the rest to the Chronicle.
Yeah.
And then you said page 8. Yes, add the bookmark 3 pages before the end. You say shrug.
It's hard to know because the last page is actually, I don't know if it's actually a page or not.
So yeah, is this a page?
I don't know.
1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages. I'm going to put it right here.
That's what I did.
That's what we're going to do.
It's fine.
That's what we'll do.
It's good enough. It's just
good enough
that the end is coming. So
the end is near. The end is nigh.
It's fine.
So when the Chronicle has been closed, the game is immediately over and the additional victory points are scored. We're going to evaluate our 3 objective tiles. And if we have fulfilled them, if they exist, those things exist in our books or in the right order in our books, we're going to get the corresponding number of victory points. If you have not met those objectives, guess how much you get? 0. You don't get anything. Then,
sad.
What?
Sad.
Yeah, very sad. And then each player with a player marker on the topmost position of the tracks, the dark red, dark green, and dark yellow spaces, you're going to get 1 victory point. Sorry, 2 victory points per page, excluding covers.
Right.
Maybe they count the covers a page. I don't know. In your corresponding book. Finally, you're going to gain 1 victory point for every 5 leftover resources. Resources are paper, pens, and files. Mm-hmm. So those are just little pity points. Basically, you're going to spend all of your points on this civilization track before time runs out. That's what we did anyway. You will usually find you've got a whole mess of resources that you're saving for either buying a bunch of pages at once or advancing up the track all at once.
Yeah, you're trying to do best actions. You don't want to be wasteful with your action selection.
There are descriptions of the pages that basically tells a little bit of history about each of these scientists or industry advancements or scientific things. There's also the solo mode that they call scribbles. There is also like an achievement thing that you're trying to do, like reach the top of the science track or get to the 4+ level on each track in order to get these achievements, sort of like what a lot of video game achievements have. You're trying to get those things. Anyway, if there's any iconography you don't understand, you'll probably find it here in the appendix. And that is pretty much it.
Cool.
You want to cut the video here and then we'll go to the playthrough?
That was our teach of Books of Time. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you want to see the playthrough, guess what?
It's about to happen.
We're going to do that right now. So stay tuned. We're on Twitch, Twitch TV.
Twitch.tv.
/BoardGamerSteph.
Yep.
So join us for our streams. And you'll find us live.
On Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central.
Cool. We'll be right back.